So, hello everyone. Today we have a special guest on our show. We often see tennis stars hogging all limelight, and rightfully so, with the performance on the tennis court. However, behind the scenes, a lot of work is going on. And if you see, like, the tennis physiotherapists play a key role in their performance and the genius tennis that they produce. And today we have one such personality on our show. He's named Antonio Fernandez Cantisano from Spain, and he has worked with numerous tennis players, variety of tennis players, and including numerous Grand Slam champions, I would say. So, Antonio, welcome to our show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Mhm.
I really appreciate this opportunity to share my experience with all of you.
Mhm. Thank you so much. So, right now, if I'm not wrong, you're based in Spain, your home country.
Yeah, my base is in Malaga, in the south of Spain, in a small town
Hmm.
called Caleta de Vélez. So
Hmm.
this is my base because it's close to
Hmm.
the airport, so
Hmm.
and it's really easy to travel from here.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So, Malaga is a beautiful city, I believe.
yeah, nice food, nice city, really chill, nice
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
So all is good.
What do you like to eat? Nice food, you said, in
Yeah,
Malaga.
like good fish because here in the south, because we are close to the coast, it's
Mm-hmm.
really good fish, really
Mm-hmm.
fresh,
Mm-hmm.
and also jamón because it's the typical thing in Spain. So
Okay.
if you are Spanish, you eat jamón.
Okay, good to know that.
Yeah.
And also, how did your love affair with tennis start? I know, like, Spain is a very rich country in sports. You have so many sports stars, not just in tennis, from outside other sports also. You're the football capital, I believe. But how did your love affair with tennis begin?
So first of all, my father was a tennis player, like just in Spain, like a
Mm-hmm.
national tennis player,
Mm-hmm.
and I just went with him just to pick up balls in the
Mm-hmm.
tennis court because we have in this condo where we live a tennis court,
Mm-hmm.
and I started to pick up balls, and also I was mixing with football.
Okay.
So at the year of 11, I have to
Mm-hmm.
decide or to play tennis, like go for tennis or to play football, and I choose
No.
tennis.
Okay. Just like
Yeah,
your compatriot Rafa Nadal. He was into football and tennis, and he was like, okay, I'm 11 years old, so now tennis and studies.
yeah.
Correct?
Kind of like this. I think in Spain, because we have like football and tennis, that is the highest sport. I think it's like you always play football because you being in the street. Because
Mhm.
when we've been young, we don't have iPads or these things that the people have now. So
Mhm.
yeah, easy.
Mhm. So, whom did you idolize while growing up in tennis?
Ooh, Ferrero was my idol,
Oh.
and Andrea Agassi. These ones was the top ones. Yeah,
Mhm.
for me.
So, speaking of it, Ferrero, I think I have to touch upon the question your work experience at Ferrero's Academy. Right now, it's widely known as one of the best academies to play tennis. And if I'm not wrong, it is the home ground for the leading star right now on the ATP Tour, Carlos Alcaraz. And you were working there with the former Grand Slam champion and world number one, Carlos Ferrero. So, what were the learnings that you learned over there during your experience? So, what did help later in your career? So, and also, did you have an opportunity to work with Mr. Ferrero?
Okay, so when I was there, I was like really young because when I
Mm-hmm.
started to play tennis and I want to try to play tennis,
Mm-hmm.
I went to the academy. So I
Mm-hmm.
start to play with all of the people there. So my
Mm-hmm.
experience with him is like I was with him when he became number one. Well, in the academy, not with him, but around him,
Mm-hmm.
and we became really close.
Mm-hmm.
So my experience with him, I learned how to play tennis in that academy and how
Okay.
to sacrifice your life, how
Okay.
to hard work, how to spend all your life around tennis because you wake up, you see a tennis court. You
Yeah.
sleep, you see a tennis court. So it was like this was my experience in
Okay.
tennis because there I was just tennis player.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So,
So
I read this book called Unstoppable by Maria Sharapova. And for a
okay,
big period of time, she was training at the academy.
yeah, I
And
remember I was there.
okay, you were there. So, and
Yeah.
also like the way you explained how the academy functions, she had the similar words in the book, like morning to evening, it's proper tennis, they have proper routine every time. And you did you notice Maria Sharapova when she was playing there and hitting some balls?
Yeah, yeah, I remember. She came to the academy because she was like a new star in tennis
Yes.
and she was around. So we've
Mm-hmm.
been watching her because she has this
Mm-hmm.
special gift that also Carlos has.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, everything was a little bit around her in some moments, but
Mm-hmm.
also I think the academy, how you say, like treat her like us. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, she has like a private court for her normally because she came with the coach and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
we can see how they train the professional really close.
Did you have any chance to hit with her
No,
back? No,
never.
you
With
didn't.
her, no,
With her, no. Okay.
no.
So now talking about your physiotherapy, you just told like you began your tennis career sort of at the Ferrero's Academy. You learned how to play tennis and hold a racket and everything. All your basics and roots were refurbished at Ferrero's Academy. But how did you drive yourself into physiotherapy?
Okay, good question.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I was. My father is a pharmacist, so she
Mhm.
has
Okay.
a yeah, apothec. So I was thinking if I give up tennis, I go to the apothec, blah blah blah.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when I give up tennis, I said, why I don't help people like they help me? And I know how the
Mhm.
tennis wall is working, how is the pain working. So
Mhm.
I will learn how is the movement. And like this, I'm more easy to help people
Mhm.
in tennis world because I like sport.
Mhm.
So like this, I start like I switch like 1 week before I went to the university. I switch.
Mhm.
It's yeah, was like I feel and I go. Yeah,
So, like pharmacy is to do with medicines, apothec, just like you
yeah,
said.
yeah.
Okay.
So my father has a apothec.
Mm-hmm.
He sell the drugs
Mm-hmm.
for the
Mm-hmm.
people that is sick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but now my sister is working with him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm physiotherapist around the world. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know that. So that's how you drove yourself into physiotherapy. So it's
yeah,
again a medicine. It's a medicine branch of sports, I believe.
yeah. So I treat bones, nerves, so
Mm-hmm.
all what is relational with the body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
so
also, physiotherapy in tennis is often referred to as lifeline for all the tennis athletes. So, do you agree with that statement?
yeah, well, we help the body to heal
Mm-hmm.
faster. We don't heal. I believe that we don't heal. We don't have
Mm-hmm.
magic in our hands,
Mm-hmm.
but we treat them
Mm-hmm.
as good that we know
Mm-hmm.
to heal the body faster
Mm-hmm. So,
because we can like helping the muscle to heal pain with the food. We have some knowledge with the food, so a
mhm,
little bit of everything. We touch a little bit of everything and yeah, and my kind of work is more holistic. If you have pain in the shoulder, maybe it's the liver. So it's not the pain here and it's here. No.
mhm,
So you have to check all the body.
mhm. So you told about you don't have magic in your hands, so it's
No.
treating the players is a really big challenge. So what are some challenges did you come across when you were working with tennis players, especially during Grand Slam tournaments or a long tournament like it almost lasts for 14 days, and if a player makes it to the second round, it's a tasking it's a really challenging task for them as well. So how do you handle all those challenges, and can you take us through some challenges which you had previously had?
So you mean like previous a tournament or previous
Yeah.
tennis match?
A
So
tournament or with a player, with anyone, the challenges that you faced.
so first, where I talk to the player when you don't know the player and you just came the first week just to try out and you don't know the player,
Mm-hmm.
just ask her or ask
Mm-hmm.
him how she like, how she has the routine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and after just show your work, like mobilization
Mhm.
of the articulation,
Mhm.
how you feel, how you slept,
Mhm.
everything. You have to write everything, how you slept,
Mhm.
like yeah, like measure everything. So it's more easy to go for it
Mhm.
and to treat them better than if you don't care. So
Mhm.
every day is different. And in the woman sport, in tennis, is more different because the hormones.
Mhm.
So every day is different. It's more easy with
Mhm.
boys
Mhm.
because the hormones, but at the end is the same. So you check every day how they sleep,
Mhm.
how how they've been eating.
Mhm.
Just check a little bit. You don't have to be like a really a military way,
Mhm. Mhm.
but just check sometimes. Is
Okay.
my way.
Okay. You just mentioned about ATP and WTA tour. The physiotherapy treatment is different. Like, does it vary a lot when it comes to men and women?
So the most different differences are
Mhm.
for the menstruation. The girls have menstruation, so during
Mhm.
that period, so
Mhm.
the woman's the levels of the hormones or go high
Mhm.
or go low.
Okay.
Depends. They have pain. They don't have pain.
Mhm.
Some players has pain. Some play not. So
Okay.
is this is the difference. But
Mhm.
after the treatment is the same. But
Mhm.
you have to be careful when
Mhm.
is that week of
Mhm.
hormones
Okay.
and also every day because
Mhm.
you are a woman, you know that the levels of
Mhm.
the hormones are like this.
Mhm.
So this is
So,
the difference. What I see.
okay, so we don't get to see this during tennis matches, but
No.
when you work with them behind the scenes, that's what you realize.
Yeah, this is the question, the normal question that you must ask. That you
Mm-hmm.
must know where is your state
Mm-hmm.
and also your state of mind, how is the family, but this is more
Mm-hmm.
in the back.
Mm-hmm.
But this is for us.
Now, talking about to keep the player's body fit and pain-free, a physio, they themselves, they need to expect, they have to be agile and fit themselves by if they have to
Yeah.
do, if they have to provide the same service to others. So, given in the competition, like right now at the moment, so much competition in physiotherapy itself, and also fitness, it's altogether a different ball game. How do you keep yourself fit while you're traveling, different time zones, different countries, continents? How do you do that?
Just go for it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like just I don't know, your body like really adapt really fast in some
Mhm.
way. So, for
Mhm.
example, with the players, what we think that is the best to do is like 2 or 3 days before start to climatize. Yeah,
Mhm.
climatize is the yeah climatize to the place that we go.
Mhm. Okay.
Adjust, yeah, adjust.
Adapt yourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, adapt yourself to where
Mhm.
you will go, and
Mhm.
also as a little bit me, a little bit me because I was player and I know how was
Mhm.
to travel and I adjust a little bit and
Mhm.
also wake up early,
Mhm.
sleep early, yeah, something, yeah.
Mhm. But how do you really adjust to all these things? I know it's difficult, but for top players, if you see, they have their private planes, they have everything in line, and they are before schedule every time to adapt themselves to the time zones, the temperature, and everything. But for players who can't really afford a private plane or a service which the top players do have, how do they do it?
The same, the
The
same,
same.
but in normal
Mm-hmm.
flight, it's the
And
same.
mm-hmm.
But you go in business. This is the
Mm-hmm.
difference. You don't go in like a
Mm-hmm.
tourist
Mm-hmm.
in tourist seats. For example,
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't mind, but players to go more comfortable in business because
Mm-hmm.
you can sleep, you can travel much better.
Yeah.
So this is the way. It's the same. It's the same. If you are professional, professional.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way.
Speaking about your player right now, presently you're associated with former US Open champion Bianca Adrescu. Sadly, she cannot participate at this year's Australian Open, and also previously she couldn't participate in many tournaments. And she has been hit by a string of injuries, and which is really unfortunate. But how is the recovery process going on right now?
So now is the fifth month already.
Hmm.
Like she said, like 2 weeks ago before Australia, when she withdraw, is like the
Hmm.
injury is still there, but
Yes.
this at the end. So we think like maybe we can start the season in India and Wales,
Hmm.
but we have to check with doctors, with the MRI, because she
Hmm.
has a doctor in Canada, I'm in Spain, so we have to see that how
Okay.
it's going. But it's the fifth week because she has like a stress fracture that she did in Washington D.C. playing with Marta Kostyuk,
Yes.
hitting one backhand volley in the air.
Hmm.
So she felt like a strain in the leg. And yeah, we've been checking. And in Montreal, she said, I cannot play. And the MRI saw us like she has a stress fracture
Hmm.
in the L5,
Okay.
in the left side. Yeah,
And also, like she is in Montreal and you're in Spain. How do you coordinate with each other?
I fly there.
You fly them?
Or we speak. We speak. Normally, this
Yeah.
period that we've been like she's injured,
Mhm.
so by the phone, like WhatsApp,
Mhm.
FaceTime, like
Okay.
yeah, but yeah.
And also like Indian Wells is her favorite tournament, if I'm not wrong. She also won there as a wild card entrant
Yeah,
back in
she won that tournament like
yeah,
few years ago.
yeah, in 2019. She was a wild card entrant and she made it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She would like to come back soon,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to wait until the is full hit because we want that is full hit, fully
Mm-hmm.
healed,
Mm-hmm.
and after that we can start from zero because
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna be pain free.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like no shoulder, nothing pain free. So we hope as soon as possible.
And what are, as a team, like what are the short-term goals have you decided with Bianca and Rescue?
What a what?
What
Sorry.
are the short-term goals? Like what are your goals? I'm sure
Ah,
definitely
to
to
come
come
back
back
at the
into
level that
whole.
she was in
Yeah,
2019,
90.
pain free, like
Okay.
everybody wants,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that she has the level to be top five
Mm-hmm.
and stay there for a while. If she's pain free, she's really
Mm-hmm.
different because
Okay.
I play with many players, top ones,
Mm-hmm.
and she has that thing
Mm-hmm.
to be top five.
Yes. So yes, we can't wait to see BB. All of us miss her, and yeah, I hopefully she's back
Yeah,
soon.
yeah, I hope so too.
Yeah. And speaking about your work experience with another top-notch player, multi-time Grand Slam champion, and your compatriot Garbini Muguruza.
Yeah,
In the
Garby.
year, yeah, in the year 2020, right before COVID, she stormed into the finals of Australian Open against Sophia Kenin, and she like the year before 2019 it was not so good. She was struggling on the court. She was having a string of loses. She was on a losing streak, to be honest. And suddenly in 2020 she was in the finals of a grand slam final where she has never been. So can you take us through that surreal moment, and how did you help her to reach a grand slam final?
Yeah, well, I start with her to working
Mhm.
with her just at
Mhm.
the end of 2019
Mhm.
when the season was over, and Conchita Martinez asked me if I can join the team because she's gonna rebuild the team.
Mhm.
And yeah, we did the pre-season in San Diego, in California,
Okay.
uh, and was really good.
Mhm.
I think so. She worked really hard,
Mhm.
and yeah, I said that she's gonna do something because how she played with me, because
Mhm.
in that period she was playing with me, she's gonna do something. And
Okay.
they say no, is there no? And I say yeah. So they've been to Australia and they made final.
Mhm. And that's also
So
that was a
and after COVID came, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah,
Mm. And that was a lovely final that she played. People were not expecting her to be there, I think she semifinals. She played Halep. Did she play Halep?
I don't remember,
Yeah,
but probably.
yeah.
But the
She.
first match she was losing. She was losing in the first match. In
Yeah.
the first round, she was
Mm-hmm.
losing. I think 6-1 or 6 something really easy. We say,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
this is not gonna be good. But
Mm-hmm.
she made final.
Okay. That was a
She
lovely
played
match.
really good.
And
Yeah,
also, like, I think she is the only WTA player to beat Serena and Venus in the finals of a Grand Slam and, take that trophy.
yeah,
If I'm not wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And to become number one, yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah,
what is
really good.
something about Garbini Muguruza which separates her from the rest of the WTA tour? What is something that she has and none of the players on the tour have?
I don't know. She changed the mood when she's playing in the match.
Yeah.
Like you don't recognize her, so you
Mm-hmm.
can see in the face that she's not
Mm-hmm.
anymore Garbi.
Mm-hmm.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's like Garbiñe Muguruza, so it's like a player. It's a player.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like my friend or my sister. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like a player.
Yeah.
So that she can bite you. So
Mm-hmm.
this is the difference. So it's not a game for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's something more. So
Okay.
this is the difference. Yeah.
Also, you worked with another legendary player. Speaking about the doubles legend from France, can you guess her name?
Let me know. I work with that many.
Oh, okay, so she's your former colleague. So Kiki Landanovic.
Ah, Mladenovic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So she has won so many trophies on the doubles court, and also she's a all-courter when it comes to doubles tennis. And people really appreciate her volleys, and they give her example. Like you need to look at Kiki, the way she volleys during a doubles match. This is how we have to do it when we are playing our opponents. So, what improvements did you make in her game, Kiki?
So when I start with Kiki,
Mm-hmm.
I've been hitting partner and
Mm-hmm.
physiotherapist with her.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been trying to recover her serve. I
Mm-hmm.
remember her serve because she was struggling with the serve, and now
Okay.
she's struggling a little bit less.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just to come back where she belonged
Mm-hmm.
in singles, that she
Mm-hmm.
was like in top 20 a long time
Mm-hmm.
ago.
Mm-hmm.
But also she has some things like in the back, like she has some losses in the family, so she was struggling with many things that the people may not or they know because they post all the things. But this is the improvement. So she needs to, because the body of her, she really hit really fast. So it was really easy. But the most struggling thing, like I said, was the serve
Mm-hmm.
and to get back to the rhythm that she has
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this is the improvement that we did a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, right now, what do you think about her? What do you think about her game, Kiki?
She want to come back. I was talking with her in the Village in King like 1 or 2 months ago here in Sevilla, that is close to me,
Mm-hmm.
and she want to come back. So she's trying to come back. She know
Mm-hmm.
that it's hard. I think
Mm-hmm.
he's now out of top 100 in singles. But yeah, so she's gonna try to come back. What she said to me, like, I would like to come back. I would like to come back. I will do my best and let's
Mm-hmm.
see. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like speaking about injuries in tennis, it's definitely not an uncharted territory for all the tennis players. If you are a tennis player, a professional tennis player, you definitely encounter some kind of injury in some point of time in your career. And also, some players they manage to stay injury free. Not most of their careers, but they do not have any worse injuries like other players do. For example, if I have to say, like John Martin Del Potro, his entire career was bruised with injuries. Like he was announcing, okay, I will be coming back to this tournament, but few weeks before the tournament, he had to withdraw because of his healing
Yeah.
injury. And so there are two specific cases. If you see some players, okay, they are injury free for most of their careers, and the other players, okay, again and again, they deal with some kind of injuries. So, what do you think? Where are the challenges for physio for such players, like players without injuries and players with injuries?
Okay. For me, I like
Mm-hmm.
challenge. I like that the player has something like
Mm-hmm.
you can think and you can work on it.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I've been working with some players that was like most of the time pain free and easy to work with. Them
Mm-hmm.
easy because you don't have to treat something really, really difficult, like it's like spring or something. Like I
Yeah.
have pain in one muscle, so this is easy to heal.
Okay.
But the challenge is to be healthy. Some people, the genetic is they have really
Mm-hmm.
lucky
Mm-hmm.
and they don't get injured, but they have other handicap that they don't play and at that level because when you play top 10 you
Mm-hmm.
have issues and everybody is with pain, nobody is pain free, or you
Mm-hmm.
have callus in the feet, the nails of the feet, always is something,
Yes.
always no one is pain free,
Yeah.
no one, for some moments maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody has pain, everybody.
Mm-hmm. So, in your opinion, who is the fittest player in men's game and women's game?
At the moment,
All time or at the moment, whatever you feel like
well,
telling
at the
me.
moment, because all time I don't know, but at the moment, maybe Novak
Okay.
is the yeah, but yeah, because with 37 is gonna be this year, he's
Yes.
still there at that level, and it's really difficult to be there
Mm-hmm.
because the most difficult is easy to reach top 10, but to be there is
Mm-hmm.
the tough ones.
Mm-hmm.
And for girls,
Mm-hmm.
for girls,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, it's complicated question. I don't know.
Like presently,
I don't
Iga,
know.
could you see? Iga
Sakari is really fit.
Sakari.
Maria Sakari is fit.
Yeah.
She's like a, how you say, he's from Greece, so she's like a god. So for me, I think Maria Sakari, yeah.
For you to
Sakari.
meet Sakari. And all time, like if you see, the injuries keep changing with time. Like 5 years ago, players had some other kind of injuries, and then again 10 years ago there were some other kinds of injuries that were arising. And right now we have all set of injuries, like it's different, a different ligament or a different issue which people are facing. Why do you think this is happening? Due to the evolution in the game?
The rackets are
Hmm.
different than long time ago. The balls, they
Yes.
change the balls almost every tournament.
Yes.
The pressure of the ball is different between boys and girls are
Okay.
different.
Okay.
So most of that is the rackets, and most of
Hmm.
the players they don't change the racket.
Hmm.
So they play with the first racket, but the
Hmm.
company paint the racket, so they don't change the racket because of that. So they play with the racket. Some players play with the racket that they play
Hmm.
20 years ago in the
Hmm.
beginning.
Hmm.
Some not, but normally,
Hmm.
if you like one racket, this is
Hmm.
your racket.
Speaking about the change of balls, every tournament they have their own balls and their own specification around the ball. Their pressure is different. The fluff is different, and everything varies from tournament to tournament. And
Yeah,
recently, if you see like Djokovic, he was receiving a wrist treatment during the United Cup 2 weeks ago,
yeah,
and people were claiming it was because of the ball change, which happens every tournament, and also it is affecting a lot of players, such
yeah,
as
yeah.
their elbows, their wrists, their forearms. They're getting injured because of the ball change. So, how do you think in future ATP and WTA tour, the tennis tour can come together along with the Grand Slams and solve this issue?
Well, they are working on that because the players has like a committee that they are working on these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So the tournaments, the balls, everything, the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they will manage that. The previous tournament they have to have the same ball than Grand Slam because the Grand Slam is the main tournaments in tennis. So they have to speak with the sponsors, with the sponsors' balls and everything, and say, okay, I think so. If we play with Wilson in Roland Garros, let's play the previous tournament with the same ball.
Mhm.
But also we have but it's a tricky thing because the altitude and everything of the tournament is different.
Yeah.
So the tension, you have to change the tension of the racket constantly because
Okay.
it's not the same to play in high like Madrid or to
Okay.
play low like in Rome.
Rob.
So it's different.
Mhm.
The ball gets humid
Mhm.
or big, and sometimes it's small. So
Mhm.
it's complicated. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
yeah. But let's see if they can do
And
it.
what about the tennis balls when tennis players practice on their own, like off season or something, whenever they practice?
So yeah, so the ATP or the WTA they send us the tennis ball that they are gonna play, so
Mm-hmm.
you can train with that balls.
Okay.
This is easy.
Okay. So that's interesting to know. But the change of
Mhm.
pressure that is affecting their bodies a lot. That is taking a toll on their bodies, I would say.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they send you the balls before the
Mm-hmm.
tournament, big tournament. They send you balls if you do precision.
Mm-hmm.
They send you the balls of the tournament, like in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
In Abu Dhabi, they've been playing with Australian
Mm-hmm.
open balls. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I have one final question for you. As the role of physio has evolved over the time, and given in the advancements in technology, the courses, the way you practice your physiotherapy and everything, it keeps changing day by day. And how do you keep yourself abreast with the latest developments? Like, do you have trainings? Do you have coaching? How do you do that?
So I normally when I'm traveling a lot,
Mm-hmm.
I do like online courses, but
Okay.
just to remind me things because I study a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And now that this period I was
Mm-hmm.
stopping like in that Bianca is injured, so I
Mm-hmm.
went to some courses to study for tennis and for
Mm-hmm.
Bianca because I study courses for the players that I have
Okay.
and see how I can recover her faster or
Okay.
so like this or reading a lot
Mhm.
articles, yeah,
Okay.
like refreshing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, so interesting to know that you are also constantly learning, just like
Mm.
in corporate or look in corporate companies, what happens is like they train people every day, but for you, there's no corporate firm. So player is your boss. So I
Yeah, in some ways, yes.
yeah, so you need to change yourself according to the player you're associated with.
Yeah, you have
Mm-hmm.
some ideas, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe for your play is not the idea, so you have to read and
Mm-hmm.
find the solution faster because they need to be with less pain that
Mm-hmm.
you can give him or her. So you have to keep reading, keep looking for exercise, new exercise, because every day in this career you have to keep going every day. New technologies, new things. Maybe it's the shoulder, and maybe it's the knee. It's many things.
Interesting to know. And also, are you following the Australian Open right now?
No,
You're not watching?
I don't watch tennis.
You don't watch
No,
tennis, okay.
I just watch my player. When I'm in
Okay.
the tennis tournament, I just watch my tennis, not for nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
because I was player. I watch a lot of tennis in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm done. If it's a good match, I go
Mm-hmm.
and check. But normally, when I'm with a player as a physiotherapist,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have time.
I
So
get your point, but don't you think by following other players is a learning for you? You can tell the tactics and everything, whatever the
this is
other
the
player.
coach.
This is the coach, okay. So you don't
Me
get
no.
involved. Okay.
If I get the coach job, I can
Mm-hmm.
go and check sometimes and see and
Mm-hmm.
help the coach because they know that
Mm-hmm.
I was player and I understand the tennis.
Okay.
But normally I don't want to be involved of the job of the other people.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
they ask me, okay. If not, no.
Okay, so this is interesting to know. Like someone who is associated with tennis and you don't follow tennis because you don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, I don't have the time and yeah, no.
Okay, if given that, like, who's your favorite player then? Like, you don't have any favorites?
No, because
Mhm.
yeah, everybody asks me this
Yeah.
because they are my friends. At the end, they are my friends.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite player was Andrea Agassi
Oh,
because I don't know him yet.
But he
So
is watching Australian Open. He is there in
I
Melbourne
know.
right now.
But the other ones, Juan Carlos was my idol. I became
Mhm,
friend of him really close. So he's my
mhm,
friend. Novak is my friend. Yeah, it's like I
mhm,
don't have favorite ones. They are
mhm,
nice people. They're
mhm,
friends with me. So this is the
mhm.
best for me.
Right now, Juan Carlos, like he's undergoing a knee surgery, arthroscopy, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So, were you able to contact him? Sadly, he's not traveling to Australia because of his condition right now. But did you send any messages to him to check on
Well,
him?
just to recover fast and everything, and spend some time with the family because he was on tour for so many weeks, so he need to be with family. So now it's time to spend time with family,
Mm,
and he's enjoying.
okay, nice to know
Yeah.
that. All right, thank you so much, Antonio, for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you, and thanks for spending your time with Essentially Sports. And please keep in touch with us.
Yeah. Thank you so much
And good luck on
for
Bianca's
your interview.
recovery.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
You too. Enjoy your day. Bye.